Right, I'm now off on a train to see if we can find some seats. This is what it kind of looks like. And yeah, wish me luck. Right, so I've arrived in my room, which is at a campus. It's a massive campus. There's over 5,000 students here, which is quite a huge amount of different kind of things being taught here. There's 1/3 of all the people here get a scholarship, so they can do attend for free as well. So that I think is really, really cool. Okay, so what we're going to do now today is, tomorrow I'm going to go and look for heirloom seeds, but around the campus all the students planted like hundreds and hundreds of different types of species of trees. And one type is a nitrogen fixing tree, and of that they have lots of different varieties. Now, on the land I'm growing back Colum way, which means nothing to you, but it's 10 hours that way, I'm going to need some kind of form of canopy. So I'm also going to grow banana trees and things like that, but I also want to have a nitrogen fixing canopy as well. So I get two things. I get a canopy for shade, not just for myself, but also for, of course, the land, that it doesn't get burned to a cinder. But also I get things like trees that actually will fix a lot of nitrogen for me. This is just one pod from a tree that I found around here. Let me just show you another one. This one here, and also this fella here. So as you can appreciate, there will be a lot of different nitrogen fixing trees around here. So I'm just going to grab that bucket now and we'll have a look around the campus. Also I wanted to maybe just take you on a bit of a walk around the actual, just on top of the roof as well, so you can have a bit of a visual thing of what it all looks like. But look at that, that's my bed. Imagine, I should sleep on that. That's it. That's normal for India. Everything is rough here in India, I tell you. So anyway, let's take a look. So this then is the university. Look at that big mountain at the back of it. Wow. Just want to show you something. This campus is massive. I mean, it extends all the way over to there, and all the way over to there, and all the way kind of, you can't see it, but all the way over behind that tree. So a massive campus. There's 5,000 students live here and go to school. So quite amazing. Quite amazing space. So we're gonna go now, and we're gonna tomorrow have a look at, I'm just gonna settle in a bit. Tomorrow we're going to have a look at maybe finding some farmers, maybe finding some seeds. Man, they're really having a bit of a party here. Now, where's me nitrogen fixing trees? Right, howdy. Look a bit like a cowboy, but it sure is hot enough to justify having a hat, I tell you that. So this is the kind of thing I want lots of. It's nitrogen fixer, definitely, and it's very productive as well. It looks like it grows really, really fast as well, and that's what I want. I want something that makes a lot of kind of material in just a few years. And look at them seeds as well. This is what I want. Look at them seeds. There, the seeds. That's all the seeds in there. And any kind of leaf, any kind of tree that had this kind of leaf shape or pods is definitely a nitrogen fixer, and that's what I need for sure. So far I have only a few, but I'm only at it for a few minutes. Whoops. So I'm gonna have a look around. This is another one as well. Look at that mountain, wow. But look at that tree there, and all the pods it's got on it. So I'm gonna have some of those as well. Right, let's start collecting, huh? Okay, so this is the campus cafe, and a nice big shed. And I'm just slurping away at my little coffee. Not a bad old cafe, actually. Can't wait to get try one of them juices over there. Oh, it's so hot in India. Hello. That's some of the students. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I got some of the seeds here, just to show you all the different varieties I have. But 6 or 7 different types, you know. So I'm quite happy with that. And I think I'll collect once more and then I call it a day. Then I think I have enough to build a good canopy as well. Okay, so I just come out of the cafe and you know, it's so strange. Because I'm the only white guy here. Those girls behind me, they all asked me if I could take a picture with them. They were very friendly, mind you. Not in a bad way or anything. How are you doing? Hello. So I was like, I said, okay, yeah, no problem. So I kind of did thumbs up and they were like going like this and everything. So it's kind of cool, quite funny. But I'm not used to all this attention, you know, it's a bit strange. So I got the hell out of there. In a nice way, you know, but... Okay, let's see, I'll carry on finding some more of those seeds. Oh, there's a tree now, that might be something. Okay, so I was pretty much occupied with the seed saving of the nitrogen fixing trees, but I also managed to talk to a lot of locals as well. Now, as it turns out that we have here, I'm actually here on the border between Kerala and Tamil Nadu, and we have here a situation where in the 1970s they had this thing called the Green Revolution. And this is a project of introducing kind of the whole kind of modern agricultural systems to a part of India. So that meant that basically farmers forgot about the old way and started applying chemical fertilizers and bringing in kind of seeds like that would work well with these kind of systems. So that's the Green Revolution, which is a bit kind of like a bit mad anyway. So as it stands of today, most crops around this area are actually genetically modified. So farmers have gone the complete other direction in that they have adopted the approaches of the West. You actually notice here that a lot of the farmers they kind of love the West. That's what you kind of get the impression of around this area. And you know, they try to dress like people in the West. They even try to grow grass on certain areas, so have lawns and things like that. And I find that a bit disturbing because, you know, we are trying to get away from all that and they're just trying to go towards that. So what I'm finding is I'm trying to find these old heirloom seeds now because, of course, this is very, very vital that we try to save these seeds, because once the farmers stop using them, they will be lost, like just what happened in the West. Luckily, there were people saving these seeds in the West as well. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and find them. I talked to a few farmers, some relations to some farmers, and they were basically saying that we might have to go on a bit of a hike tomorrow to get into basically country that is not affected at all by this green revolution. So that's what we do tomorrow. Right, the water level is getting higher. There's no monsoon yet though, but what I've done here is I planted all the tree seeds along this fence line in a little trench along here, because the guy actually with his cows, he comes through here sometimes, and I want to kind of keep that separate, especially when we're going to start growing vegetables in this patch here. These are the trees. I still have to weed all that. They're all in there, but this is actually where I have weeded. And these are kind of the trees that are growing at the moment. So they're of course too close together, but the plan is to stick them in here, you know, kind of spot, like a couple of spots in here, there and there, and just create a kind of a nitrogen fixing area, but also a kind of a coverage as well, because it can get very, very sunny in here as well during the day. Right, the next thing I wanted to show you is, this is kind of what I'm thinking of doing with the nitrogen fixing trees. But I've done the same thing here with bananas. So I have actually got a lot of bananas in here already. I don't know if you can see them all, there's quite a lot. So all this area is going to be for growing as well. There's a cow, and of course our white bird with a cow, as you see it flying away. So there's more bananas. And I started planting beans around some of them as well, just to get an extra crop in. And the plan eventually will be to turn all this into actual vegetable beds, and that means we can have actually many crops in here as well. See, this banana is a bit ahead of everybody else as well. That one too. So plenty of bananas going on. I just show you now the papaya. I'm also going to plant papaya in the same way in that big field as well. Let me just take you over there. Right, so these are the little baby papayas. You can see them all in here. So I have like at least about 50 in here. In some there's 2 or 3 even. So I'm going to plant them up as well. Same in here again. And the last thing I'm going to stick in there as well is this nitrogen fixing tree. You basically just cut it like willow, stick it in the ground. When the rain is here, it'll just grow away. And I have a lovely kind of canopy, which is also of course nitrogen fixing as well. I was just having some sleep. It looks like the students are having a different idea. Oh, let's have a look at these fireworks. I did not expect fireworks now tonight, to be honest. Okay, that was it, I guess. Oh, here comes another one. Jeepers. Can you hear that? That's the baby owls. I'll show you where my owl is. Can you see it there? Isn't she cool? You don't see that every day, especially not. I suppose you're only seeing this because it's night time and owls are active at night. But hey, that's pretty good. I should look straight at us. Hey, yeah. Waggling your head. Like the Indians, eh? Proper Indian style. Hello, hello, hello. So this is my breakfast. We're going to head up now to the village 50 kilometers away. We're going to get a rickshaw because you can't get a bus out there. And basically here you eat with your right hand because, well, I won't go there, but anyway. There's my breakfast. Very nice. Rice with some really, really hot curry stuff. Well, they say it's not hot, but for me it's really. So, let's go and head off now in a minute. Find some seats. Okay, it's 40 kilometers to go on this rickshaw, and there's actually a very small road, so no buses go here. So it's kind of either a rickshaw job or a motorcycle job, or maybe a small car job. So basically we went to an agricultural shop, and a lot of them actually using pesticides and chemicals and also GM crops. But the lady in there was very friendly. She's actually taking us to a farm at the moment. It's the lady there in the great farm. And so very nice of her to actually help us out in this. So we're just following her at the moment, and we'll see where that takes us. 'Lemon tree and a pomegranate. And this is the Indian red spinach. It's a type of amaranth, eh?
Only Kerala famous.
Only Kerala farmers grow this. Okay. Can we get some seed of it? Because it looks pretty...
Seed.
Seed? Good. That'll be great.
We can grow in Kerala in any season. We can, right? We can sow it in any season.
We can sow it anytime, huh?
Anytime we can sow it.
This? Snake gourd.
That's snake gourd. Amaranth. Red spinach. This?
Beans.
Which name is?
Variety, yeah.
What variety?
Variety Goldie.
Goldie. And this?
This, என்ன சொல்றது இதுக்கு?
இதுக்கு என்னங்க பேரு?
கவுவோட ஃபுட் இது. மசால் சொல்லுவாங்க.
What do you call it in Tamil Nadu? Tamil.
தமிழ்ல என்ன கூப்பிடுவீங்க சொல்லுங்க.
வெந்தயத்துக்கு என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க?
வெந்தயத்துக்கா? வெந்தயம் அது.
வெந்தயத்தோட ஃபேமிலி இது. மேத்தி.
Methi. You call this methi? Methi?
Methi is
That family.
Oh.
This leaf and stem.
Is this fenugreek? Fenugreek. This looks like fenugreek. Is it? Maybe?
No,
This
it's not fenugreek.
this plant eat cow.
Ah, okay. So this plant is for this is cow fodder.
Cow food.
Cow fodder.
Best food.
Ah, okay, good. Then I take this also. Wonderful. Because we will have cows. What's this called? What variety?
wheat.
What wheat? Indian wheat.
Indian wheat.
This called Indian
Indian wheat and exactly Tamil Nadu wheat.
Tamil Nadu wheat. Okay. Very good.
Ravai.
Very good. Tamil Nadu wheat. Okay, we take this and we get started.
You want like this?
And this also, yeah, this is brilliant. So we don't need much of this. Not
How
too,
much?
maybe this much.
How much do you want?
அவரைக்காய் இது வேணும்.
Yeah, I take a little, maybe a handful, 2 handfuls of each.
ரெண்டு கை.
2 handfuls of each. And that should be enough. So the lady's just making up some seeds for us, which is very nice. So that's the seeds I've given them, and they're giving me these wonderful seeds. So thank you very much. Thank you so much.
You want
Thank you,
brinjal?
sir. Thank you so much. Huh? Brinjal?
Brinjal seed
What is the brinjal again?
and eggplant.
Oh yeah, the eggplant would be great. Just a few, just maybe a little bit.
கத்திரிக்காய் கொஞ்சம்.
Oh, great! Look at all this. Let's put that in there. Get started and growing some.
Please.
Oh yes, Andarai. And the wheat as well. Brilliant. Now just to quickly show, this lady is showing us some genetically modified seed, and next to that, a very similar crop. Look at the difference. This is a hybrid, but that's GM. And look, it's even got a little insect seed. Okay, forget about GM. Very good. Okay, that was pretty exciting. So we got some seeds. Now they did grow them with chemicals, but they all stable varieties, older varieties as well. So I will just grow them using natural methods, and in time they'll just become organic again. They used to be organic, then they use chemicals, so we can revert them back to their that stage again as well. So that was pretty cool. This is an area where they use a lot of chemicals, as I mentioned already. So in the future episodes we'll have a look at areas where they don't use these chemicals, and we'll find some really good heirloom seeds as well. But I'm happy with what we got. Okay, so that was my trip to Tamil Nadu 3 months ago. I wanted to kind of do an update just to make it a little bit more interactive, more interesting, show you the crops, how they're actually doing now. Some are just doing really fabulously as well. Plus I have of course other things in the ground as well, like for instance lettuce, which is like one of those crops you can't normally grow here. It's only about that big, but I got it to germinate in this heat, so I'm really happy about that. So let's take a look. Right, as you can see, I've done some sweet corn again. This is a super sweet corn from Switzerland. The only super sweet corn variety that is stable pretty much in the world. And you can see I planted it quite far apart, so I can actually earth it up pretty well, because I don't want it falling over like the last lot. If you remember the water saving trench video, I ran into problems because it was just way too hot, and remember they tasseled up too soon, and I got like 3 or 4 combs of sweet corn, and it was just not enough for the genetic diversity of that population. So luckily I have other seeds as well, so it's not a big loss, but I learned a lot about sweet corn growing them in the extra heat here. But I think these will be fine because monsoon is coming. It's much cooler. Well, today it's not, but usually it's much cooler, and I can actually try and get them not to grow too fast. I think the last lot kind of fell over, grew too fast, it's way too hot, they were really stressed. So I'm hoping this lot will do a lot better. That's the thing, never give up. That's the idea. Okay, so let me just show you some other. That's my ladder. I built that since the last video. Planting some flowers in here, sunflowers, love in the mist, cosmos, things that generally should do well in this hot climate. I have all this kind of, there's cosmos growing here, and I have a lot of basil seeds just thrown on the ground, and I've hundreds and hundreds of basil seeds everywhere. You can see them everywhere here, all this unused area. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to make sure that out of that 1,000 plants of basil, maybe 10 will make it and make seeds, and I know they're going to be climatizing well. They're going to be strong ones. So they're from the west. They don't do so well. Here we have some rice growing. This is a Kerala variety of rice. So that's doing really, really well, as you can see. We also have tapioca growing away there. Lovely variety. And it's doing just massively as well. Once it's a little bit high, I'm going to start putting bean up on that, and then I have I don't have to build the kind of climbing frame as well, which is really, really good. Now let's take you over. I have some more rice planted here around this area, as you can see as well, next to the house where the drip line is. Just thought I'd try that out. Now this is the Tamil Nadu wheat. As you can see it here, it's growing nicely. I put in some beans from Madeira in the middle here. So it's come up really, really well. Also another bed there. It's not doing that well there. When the rain hits, it kind of pushes it over and falls over. Pumpkins growing really well. Quite happy with that. This is a local variety of basil, so they do have it. And it's doing okay. It's considering that it did get some kind of disease, it's kind of growing out of that as well. So plenty of basil growing. Madeira, chilies. Out of all the crops here, I'm really happy with this variety. If you remember in my last video, one of my last videos, we went to Madeira and we got from that old lady, we got some seeds, and this variety of chili is just doing fabulously as well. And this is unbelievable. This is lettuce growing, and this is highly unlikely to get lettuce growing because, of course, you have a lot of the kind of generally speaking, if it has to be minus 18 degrees Celsius, so like plus, you know, so minus plus 18 degrees Celsius for lettuce to germinate, and it's been like 30 degrees, so that's not true. Lettuce will germinate anyway. And it came up in about 2 or 3 days as well. Then some carrots. They haven't come up yet. So as you can see, we've cleaned up the area a good bit. Things are actually now starting to grow since the last video. And yeah, that was pretty much the update. I just wanted to show a little bit what's actually growing now, what's in the ground since the 2 weeks. Only 2 or 3 weeks since I made that last video. And things are going really, really well as well. Some more papaya as well. I'm going to grow some, I'm planning to grow some actual melon as well, watermelon. So that's going to be now today's job, is trying to sow that and stick it in the ground as well. Right, I hope you enjoyed that update. As I kind of continue, all this area will eventually become a seed-saving garden. Oh, there's one more thing I wanted to show you as well. Remember that bean variety that we got as well, which was, it's called Goldie, I think. Around the bananas, it's growing like wildfire. It's a lovely, lovely variety. See there, the bananas that I planted some while back, and all these are Goldie. Okay, they've been eaten a bit, but I can imagine they will make. They're really strong. They're going to make seeds for me as well, and all I need is maybe 50 seeds and I'll be well happy. This is another banana. So the bananas are doing really well as well. This is then the Goldie growing there around that banana as well. So generally speaking, things are looking up. Where's the other banana? Here we go. You can see them in there as well. So they're actually slower than I thought they would grow, but they're actually growing. Oh, sorry. One last thing, and then this video is concluded. Let me just take you over to my compost pile. So you remember I actually took the compost away. I put it all over there, and I managed to grow crops, but I have this compost heap here as well. Oh yeah, and I'm doing sunflowers in there. Beans are gonna grow up with sunflowers, that's the plan. But look at this, all the tapioca is stuck in. It's just growing like crazy as well. So this compost heap is just gonna break down, and then the tapioca will just grow. I stuck in a few new ones as well, where I didn't have, I had space here. And very soon it's gonna be really, really high tapioca. And then when the tapioca comes out, I'm just going to stick in some tomatoes, and that's going to be the tomato patch. Okay, hope I didn't bore you. This is just the update. Very organic again. Yeah, please do support me on Patreon, by the way. That's a way for me to actually try and get some cash to be able to finance some of this, because I am financing it myself, of course. But it's rather expensive trying to set up a seed bank and different things. So the link is in the description. And thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Whew. God, it's hot.